Somebody had asked me to do a follow-up to the Autumn Leaves video that I did last week about arranging for solo guitar, and what I'll do here is talk a little bit about what I was thinking for some of the improvised fills that you saw in that video. So again, I was starting, and then I'd go right into one of these fills. These fills are all based off of arpeggios of whatever the chord of the moment is, and a few things get a little more complicated later with some superimpositions, but for the most part, for an A minor 7 chord, I'm thinking about A minor chord tones. So at its most basic, you have A minor, A, C, and E. But we can also add in the 7th to that, so you have A, C, E, and G, A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G, A, C, E, G. And the other thing I'll do is I'll also throw in some chromatic passing tones to get from one of those chord tones to the other. A lot of times I might use the arpeggio on the way up, and then on the way back down some chromatics. So that's just one fret at a time. Approaching notes from just a half step below. All of that is an instant kind of way to fake jazzy. So what I'll do here is I'll go through the beginning, A minor. Now I'm onto the D7, so I'm coming down the D7 chord. There's another chromatic little passage. To the G major. Flub that a little bit. Onto the C. Now I'm onto the F sharp half diminished. The B7. E minor. So there I'm just working all the way up. I was got as low as that for the F sharp half diminished. There's the chord. Into the B7 altered. And then I'm into the E minor all the way up here. So it's a pretty simple approach to doing something like that. I mean, you can get as complicated as you want. There's a million of these arpeggios that you can learn and have them connect. But to start out, you can get some really effective sounds with just some very basic understanding of a couple different places to grab the chords. I did a video in the past about wanting to know chords with the root on the 6th string, with the root on the 5th string, with a root on the 4th string. I thought that was really important. And also, to learn the inversions of those chords by taking the notes and, flip-flopping them. And I won't go into that here because this is just about the improvisation. But once you learn that, once you have that under your belt, you've got just the fretboard just lights up. So anytime the chord changes, if I see A minor in a chart, I know I've got all these different notes available to me that are just all over the neck of the guitar. So I'll go through that A section again, and what I'll do is I'll comp for myself a little bit with some chords punctuated here and there in the middle of it, just so you can hear how I'm sort of backing myself up. So. So I hope that helps you out a little bit as far as getting into the beginning of chord tone soloing. So your next step would probably want to be to just start to map out those arpeggios for yourself. Look at major sevens, look at minor sevens, look at dominant chords, and look at half diminished chords. And then, especially with dominants, look at all the different extensions available to you. I mean, a dominant chord is root third, fifth, and flat seventh, but, you know, all those you know, the flat fifth sounds great in there, the raised fifth, you know, you have so many options as to, you know, creating tension. And there's little shapes that these things kind of take. There's one that I like that I just probably use way too much, to be honest with you. But I'm definitely basing some of those B7 altered tones off of there. Little augmented thing there. So, you know, you'll fall into, you'll have your pet licks and things like that too. So.